What's going on, guys? I'm Steve. Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to another video. If it's your first time stopping by the channel, hit that subscribe button. Trust me, you won't regret it. You're a returning subscriber as always, guys. Welcome back, and I do appreciate the support. Guys, this story made big news out there in Los Angeles. Shout out to Cali. And it broke last night, and it's out of the Lancaster neighborhood out there in LA County. And it's the story of a man who's not named. I've been looking for this guy's name so far. The story broke late last night. It's about a father who was supposedly intoxicated, and he attacked his children, basically, in their apartment complex. All of the children were under the age of 10, and two of the children did not survive the knife attack. The other two had non-life-threatening injuries, and like I said, the other two had a unfortunate fate. Now, this man is locked up and in custody. I'm going to play you this video of him being arrested and, you know, what some of the neighbors were talking about. It's a lot of things wrong with this, but we just look at the video and we'll come back and talk a little bit about it.
This story is bringing back some bad memories. A 911 call of suspected child abuse ends in tragedy. LA County Sheriff's deputies are investigating this double murder of two young children. Eyewitness News reporter Leo Stallworth live in Lancaster with details on the gruesome discovery and the reaction from shocked neighbors. Leo.
Shocked neighbors, that's an understatement. Neighbors aren't only shocked, they're horrified and even grief-stricken. These were mere babies, children, violently murdered. And it happened in this apartment complex just over my shoulder here. Here's more. Sheriff deputies detaining the man who they believe could be connected to the murder of two children and injuring two other children. Detectives say the victims, all younger than 10 years old, suffering lacerations and more. The unspeakable violence unfolding at an apartment complex in the 1800 block of East Avenue J2 in Lancaster after midnight. Neighbors are shaken by this horrible tragedy.
Like, my heart and soul is crushed for the day, you know, and it's a sad situation.
This neighbor, wanting her identity shielded, talking to Eyewitness News in shock and in utter tears. She says she had seen the man deputies detained in the apartment complex recently.
I did see this guy, and he looked drunk. That day I did see him. So at this moment right now, it's so messed up.
Detectives saying the mother of the victims making a 911 call and deputies arriving, finding the victims. The scene so horrible, even the responding deputies emotional.
We don't know if where exactly the attack occurred, sir, but they were all found in one bedroom. It's extremely difficult. This is traumatizing for everybody that's involved. The deputies that responded, all the parties involved, the investigators, everyone.
EMS crews arriving, transporting the victims to the hospital.
Two children were suffering from non-life-threatening injuries. Two of the other children were suffering from severe lacerations to their bodies. All four children were transported to a local hospital. Two of the children were pronounced dead. There is one person of interest being detained. We have not confirmed the connection to the family or to the children yet.
Detectives have yet to discover or disclose the motive behind this horrible tragedy. This neighbor telling us she just moved into the apartment complex with her children, and now they can't rest easy knowing children were murdered mere steps from where she lives.
Anybody who has a heart and soul, they would feel the way I feel, because I have grandkids, I have children, and a bunch of nieces and nephews with kids, and I'm around kids all day. And for this to happen, it's rocked our whole community.
Guys, that's the news as we know it that came out last night out of LA. And it's tragic. And it shows a lot of lack of responsibility. The way I see it is this: no matter what you're going through, you know, you have to be responsible when you drink. Hell, we seen commercials about drinking and driving and just drinking, period, and being responsible. You could tell that place was in the hood. You could tell. We're not even going to dance around the bush. That place is in the hood. I'm going to tell you something. A lot of times in relationships, a guy will still think he's young or whatever, and have a child's mind. And I think this is part of it. This guy, lady said, he was reported earlier, drunk walking around. She saw him earlier, drunk walking around. Now she just moved in that neighborhood, and she seen him. I guess he was stumbling or showing signs of being drunk. Later on that night, you know, when people are drunk, a lot of times they'll drink till they throw up, or they, you know, they don't think they are drunk. Now, it's not known what had him go and do what he did to his own children. But I mean, one thing is for sure. This ain't the first time he'd been violent or belligerent or anything like that. And you know, alcohol affects everybody different. You know, I've been drunk one time in my life, and all I wanted to do was go to sleep. I'm a sleep drunkard or whatever. That's the only time I ever did alcohol. I learned from it. It's not for me. But sometimes people get violent. Some people can't be settled down and all of this type of stuff. That's why I say I'm sure he done went through this before. Like, hey, man, you don't need to drink because when you drink, you act crazy. You know what I mean? But I mean, they arrested this man. He hollering, screaming, got his ass out in the street. Cops wrestling with him because he's strong as hell because he under the influence. Fucking ass is up, man. Jesus Christ. Embarrassing. Embarrassing. But what's worse is you took the lives of 2 of your children. I feel nothing for you. I don't care what you was drinking. You shouldn't have been drinking around the damn kids any damn way. I don't understand it. I don't understand. It's just like the low IQ stuff that's out here right now is beyond me. It's like you got children and don't even want to be a role model or a perfect example of how not to be in front of them. I mean, even when I was younger, like I had friends that didn't have fathers, and I had friends, you know, that just was raised by their moms. And this is not a strike against all mothers. But I remember a long time ago, they used to want to be, you know, live their life too. And they would have all kind of dudes around their kids. You know, if they like the dude, they just had the dude around the kids, not thinking about the impression that the child has, you know, the man has on the child. Or they was in relationships with dudes that wasn't nothing and was bums, and they was doing all the work and stuff, and the guy be home drunk, passed out, and the kid just run outside in the street. Alcohol is one of those things, man. I look at it like a drug, man. It's not for everybody. And I mean, and when you do it, and you do it carelessly, stuff like this happens. And the only people that pay the price are the ones that shouldn't even be in your way in the first place. All in all, this whole thing is tragic to the point where all of these children was under the age of 10. Their father did this to them. It's no repairing this. Now, the ones that are tiny, they might forgive them because they can't remember, whatever, but they still got scars. Though they're healed, in their subconscious, that'll never go away. Every time they look at themselves, you can see, hey, my dad almost killed me. And then where are my other brothers? They're gone, or sisters or whatever. My thing is this, I don't know what goes on in somebody's head that they get so violent that they attack children, even in a drunken state. I would think, you know, that's the wrong thing to do. You guys agree or disagree? Now this guy locked up all because he couldn't consume alcohol the right way. It's a lot of victims here. They didn't show the mom. I don't know where the mom was. If he was watching the kids and she knew he was drunk watching the kids, that's a damn shame. Shame on her. But I mean, I don't know. But the bottom line is this, man. I mean, this is bum behavior. Irresponsible, childlike, not adult-like, and damn sure not leadership-like. And those children paid the ultimate price. It's a damn shame. I'm Stock Market Steve for the Dynamic Reason channel. May the angels rest in peace. As always, like, comment, share, and subscribe. See you guys in the next video. Take care.